It's not starting out too good. No. Well, I guess it could be worse. Could be worse. I went to get in the 8120, and I did. I got in it. But when I went to start it, it was dead. So I got to go jump the damn thing. And I'll tell you why. There's a Comfort Ride system on that loader. And what the Comfort Ride system does is it runs a solenoid. And that solenoid does not shut off when you shut the tractor off, which is kind of weird because it's tied into the electronic unit where it should turn off with the key. So I don't know. Anyway, let me hook this up and see what happens. Okay, so we got it running, obviously, running down the road. I have to tell you, I actually do like the Westendorf loader. I know there's a lot of guys that are like, oh, you're going to hate that thing. You're going to hate it. It's slow. It's, you know, whatever. I do like it. It's okay. I did have a couple of problems, and Westendorf did take care of the problem right away. And, yeah, so I can't complain. There is one problem, and it is my tractor, and that's with this Comfort Ride. You know, you have the Comfort Ride, and that's for going down the roads and stuff. That'll actually cause that to float a little bit up and down as you hit the bumps, and it takes the shock out of the front axle, which I like. I like that a lot. But, yeah, the one problem is, and it is hooked up to that bank down there, and for some reason, it's probably my fault. Well, no, that's actually hooked up to this bank. I don't understand what the issue is, but it is not shutting off. So when I turn the key off, the little light stays on and it drains the battery, and there you go. You're stuck. It kind of pisses you off. So I got to remember to shut that off when I'm not using it. But yeah, so we are it is kind of frozen right now. It's not frozen, but it's kind of frozen. And kind of frozen is not great. I need it to be actually frozen. I've got some hay down here that needs to be gathered up and brought home, and that is what I need to do. But I'm going to make mud. I'm going to make ruts. I got Dad down here with one wagon, and of course I've got this wagon here, and we're going to fill it up, and he'll be able to load easier because he's got 5 or 6, 5 spikes on his. No, 4, 5, 6. 5 or 6 spikes on his, where I've only got 3 on this one, and it's easier for him to pick them up because it's wider. And this is good for filling box trailers up, though, this one. What else can I say? We're supposed to have, yes, you guessed it, more rain. Yeah, more rain, as if we haven't had enough rain. Anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain tomorrow. But there is good news, and the good news is we're supposed to have a polar vortex come down from Canada in January. That's what the projections are, which means it's going to be blistering cold, which means that the ground is going to freeze solid underneath this hay, and I will be able to mow, bake, and bale. And I don't care. It's going to go into the bale, and it's going to be frozen in the bale, and we will be mowing, raking, and baling, and that's just how this is going to work. So I'm pretty happy with that prognosis for the weather in January, because I will be able to do more in January than, say, if I was in August. In August, I would spend 3 days mowing. I would spend 2 days waiting for the hay to dry, and then on the 3rd day, we would start raking and baling. Whereas wintertime haymaking, you have the mowers rolling with the rake behind the mowers and the baler running behind the rake. So what takes 3 days will take me 1 day to do. Yes, 1 day to do. So in 3 days' time, I've done 3 days worth of baling versus 1 day's worth of baling in 3 days' time. And there it is. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Because it would be 3 days of baling, mowing, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more extra days, possibly, before I could start to actually do that job of baling. So 5 days compressed into 1 day. That'll shave 2 days off of my time. Anyway, here's something that you don't see every day here. Somebody with a UTV. Hopefully he doesn't be stupid and pull out in front of me, as that's the way some people are anymore. It's illegal to drive that on the road in New Jersey. It has to be insured, obviously, and it would have to have a license plate of some sort, unless it's a farm tractor or farm vehicle, which he doesn't have enough ground to have a farm, because I know who that is. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to shut up and throw this thing up on a fence post so you can watch me pick up mushy-ass bales. Maybe. Maybe I won't. So we're working faster than I'm filming. And I guess I did get a little overzealous there with the gun. It seems to be working out pretty good. We've got this reverse truss system here. And those, I could have went the other way, but I decided to go that way for the lateral movement of it. And then support it from the center down. And that will force, if any snow load, it'll force those two straight down. It's very stiff now because I've got it really made quite nicely. Me, Joe, and Tim are dealing with this. So we're going to pack this out. I'm going to run a lateral, or I'm going to run a nailer here and a nailer here. And this will be kind of open. I'm going to put a hinge door on it so that you can just close it up completely. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, the hoses and stuff will be inside. Sun destroys the hoses quite quickly, and it's not dog shit that's here, it's actually cat shit. We put this millings down to put this thing on, and the cats, I guess, feel that this is a gigantic litter box now, and it stinks bad. You can't smell it? I'm going to get some driveway sealer and put along the top of this thing and seal it so the little bastards can't dig a hole. So we've got this piece here set, and Joe's going to get a measurement on the top and the bottom here, and he's going to continue to start to cut those angles there while me and Timothy deal with this part here. Because I'm going to have that pump somehow mounted here so that it comes across from that tank to that tank, and I'll have butterfly valves. I may just build this to right about here, maybe this point here, so that I got plenty of room in here. It doesn't have to be completely sealed off, and it really shouldn't be, because if fumes do get in here and somebody does decide to smoke a cigarette or spark something, it could blow up. My main goal is to keep these things from filling with water, and keep them from rusting, filling from water, and have a way of monitoring it. I am going to put a light in here, or a light out here on the corner, so if we're fueling at night or whatever, we can do that. There's going to be electric here anyway. So LED lights work really, really well if you break one. And this is diesel fuel, it's not gasoline, so it would probably be okay that way. So Mr. Joe is going to make this awesome angle, aren't you?
I guess.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to do that. We're at a 15-year low on diesel fuel right now. So we're going to fill these up. And these are 1,000-gallon tanks that hold 1,100 gallons. Yes. They're two 550s that are welded together with ends. That's exactly what they are. So there's like 2,200 gallons worth of fuel here. And we can definitely fill these up with one truckload, and I'll get a discounted price for that. Right, Tim? Yeah. Right. All right. So here it is. Someone told me that in a comment that this thing would fall down with the first snow load. Tim, do you think this is going to fall down in the first snow load?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
I was just up on top of it, putting screws down, and I held my weight.
Well, you're only 495 pounds. How much are you? How heavy are you?
Nothing.
He's heavy enough that we'll know that this is not going to fall over. Go ahead and do the shake test on it, Tim. See how much it moves. You'll probably rip that board out. I don't feel anything. Okay, so you got some shaking that way, but go this side, laterally. It won't. We have... Okay, so these are ash. These here are ash. That is ash. They're on 4-foot centers, which is fine. This is a chunk of ash, which is trussed in the middle. So out of 14 feet, we have 7 feet from that wall to this wall to that wall. So 7 to 7 is 14. So in 14 feet, it would have to break here. So I'm thinking, no, it's not going to break. Here's another question I was asked, why did I go with a double tank setup versus a single tank setup? Well, these tanks are salvaged from a factory up the road here that went to natural gas. They left the diesel fuel or the home heating fuel or diesel fuel, whatever, and they went to natural gas. And they had these tanks with the dikes, with the 2 dikes, so that if there is a spill, it will just fill in the dike. And, you know, it'll work. These aren't going to leak, but if they do leak, they're diked, so they won't leak. So I had, you know, these 2 1,100-gallon tanks. They are 1,100 gallons. They're 2 550s that are welded together. They're calling them 1,000-gallon tanks, but they will hold 1,100 gallons. That's just the cold hard fact of it. I want a roof over the top of it. I know somebody else asked that question. A roof over the top of it because diesel fuel expands in heat. And if it's in direct sunlight, they can't fill them to the top without me taking fuel out. It's kind of like propane. Propane does the same thing. They only fill those 80%. So diesel fuel will expand astronomical amounts. So if they fill them to the top or get close to having them full to the top, and then we get direct sunlight in the summertime onto these tanks, it's going to boil the fuel. It's going to run over, and then I'm going to have a little bit of a mess. So I don't really want that. Yeah, so that's why I have the dual tank system. The other reason why I'm putting it out here is because we had thieves. And yes, thieves are assholes, and they like to steal your stuff without paying for it. That is what theft is. And yeah, so I'm going to have one pump. The pump is over there on another tank that I have. It's an industrial pump on a tiny little 400-gallon tank. And that tank is a good tank. It's not that old, but I'm thinking of putting kerosene in that one because I do use kerosene from time to time, or even getting gasoline delivered here to that tank so that I can, you know, have gasoline, but I'll put that in a different area. So I'm going to have one pump, and I'm going to have it plumbed into these tanks from there, and then it'll be right here. I have a pedestal that I can put it on, and then a hose will just hang on the outside here, and I'll be able to fuel everything up that I need to fuel up. Right, Tim? Mm-hmm. And here comes your grandfather, so we'll just end this video now. We are doing well. It's doing pretty good, I think so. Used tin and new tin together. Worked out pretty good. Yeah, so that's that.